My friend, let me ask you an honest question. What separates CEOs from other people in the room when they're speaking? In this video, I want to teach you how to speak like a CEO. I've been a CEO for 24 plus years at the time of this broadcast, and I've been fortunate enough to travel all over the world and hear CEOs all over the world deliver incredible presentations at conferences and conventions all over planet Earth. And did you know that CEOs that have strong communication skills, strong presentation skills, they receive a 30% higher valuations for the businesses that they lead in investor meetings than CEOs that don't have strong public speaking and presentation? I'm gonna say that again. CEOs that have strong delivery skills and really can speak like CEOs, their companies receive a 30% higher valuation when it comes to investor meetings than those that don't. Y'all, that's a lot of money on the table that we're leaving on the table if we don't learn how to speak like leaders. Are you with me? According to neuroscience, executive presence, which is what CEOs and C-suite executives carry, literally creates safety and certainty in the brain. It builds trust. So use your leadership title and use your leadership position to establish trust and psychological safety in your organization. Let me give you 5 cool ways that you can speak like a CEO. Even if you're not a CEO right now, you can begin to start to speak like one, so that way you can become one someday. And if you're already a CEO, I pray that these principles will help you to be a better CEO and a better people leader and a better leader of ideas and innovation in your specific industry. Number 1, brevity and boldness. CEOs speak in headline fashion and they don't ramble, okay? If you wanna be an incredible leader in business and you wanna be an incredible CEO and speak like a CEO, speak in brevity. In other words, be shorter with your words, be tighter with your words, have less notes, right? Really get to the brass tacks, get to the point. Think headlines, not the entire article. How do you summarize the main points so that way we know really what we're going after? Every time I give a major keynote, right? I always like to go down and hear the CEO of the company speak because I take a couple of nuggets from what that CEO said and I build it into my presentation. So I love the fact that, and most CEOs do not take an hour to deliver a keynote at a major convention. Their talks are normally like 15 or 20 minutes. Why? Because they're headlines and they believe in brevity. And they use their authority and their leadership to deliver the urgency and the importance of the message. So if you want to speak like a CEO, use your words better, use less words, and be more bold in your delivery. And if you do that, you'll speak like a CEO. Number 2, decisive and definitive language. CEOs speak with a level of certainty, a level of assurance, of chutzpah, a level of command, a level of wherewithal, a level of authority that says this is the final decision. Does that make sense? So if you're gonna be someone who speaks like a CEO, you gotta get rid of any passivity in your language and in your nonverbals. You gotta get rid of any lacklusterness in your delivery, any weaknesses in your presentation. You wanna shore those weaknesses up so that you can really have a definitive, not just verbal delivery, but a non-verbal delivery. There's a certain charisma, there's a certain courage, there's a certain assurance, there's a certain unapologeticness that leaders who are C-suite speak from. They come from a reservoir of certainty, even in uncertain times. They come from a reservoir of authority, power, assurance, right? And the people that follow them, watch this, count on that assurance, that confidence, so that way they know that I'm making the right decision and I'm going in the right direction. So be more decisive and more definitive in your word choice. This is what we will do. Instead of saying things like, for example, instead of saying things like, I think, CEOs say, I believe, I know. That makes sense? Instead of the average person saying, I'll try, a CEO says, we will. And we've already done it 6 times. Instead of saying, it's something that might be a possibility, CEO says, this is already happening. Do you get the difference between the decisive definitiveness of those statements versus the mushy, it's a possibility, it's potential, it's a maybe, all those things? No, we don't do that. If you're gonna speak like a CEO, if you're gonna speak like a leader, be definitive with your language. Number 3, eye contact. I can't tell you how important this is. Eye contact is really, really important. And when you come from a place of authority and power, you need to be able to look people square in the eyes without any hesitation. Now, I want you to remember the 3-second rule when it comes to eye contact, because anything longer than 3 seconds starts to get weird and uncomfortable for people, even online. So please make sure that you keep your eye contact short, but very piercing and very engaging. Does that make sense? Because what it does is Good eye contact regulates oxytocin in the brain and builds trust and bonding with who it is you're communicating with. So the more you can use good eye contact, I've never seen someone in authority like looking off the, well, I don't know what we're gonna talk about today. Well, I sure hope this stuff works. No. If you're gonna speak like a CEO, you gotta really lock in, give that good eye contact. This is where we're headed as an organization, and we couldn't be more excited about it. Good, direct, clear, powerful eye contact. You feel me? Principle number 4, this is dope. Vocal intention. I need to be able to close my eyes and not see you, but hear you, and hear the vocal variety in the tone of your voice, and know that you are a serious leader who really means business. Does that make sense? The more vocal intention, the more, remember, I talked about this in a previous video about nonverbal communication, so I want you to go back and watch our incredible video on nonverbal communication. We talked about the importance of vocal variety, right? Because the truth is, about 93% of all communication is nonverbal. So it's not in the words you're saying, but it is in the tone in which you're saying it. So vocal intention means, as a CEO, I wanna make sure that I'm leading in such a way through my presentation that you know I'm serious, you know I mean business, and you know that this is not a joke. The best way I can describe this to you is for us to all go back to childhood. Do y'all remember when you got in trouble at home and your parents had to call your first, middle, and last name? Oh my God, I remember when that used to happen to me. And when my mama had to call my whole government name, oh, I know I was getting a whooping, right? Because there was so much vocal intention in the nonverbals of what she was saying by saying my first, middle, and last name that just said, your whole butt belongs to me in this spanking. Just so you're clear, right? And we've all experienced it. We all know what it feels like. And if you're a parent, you certainly know what it feels like to switch into that tone when your kids are not obeying you, or they're not listening to you, or they're not going along with what it is that you're trying to do to keep them safe and keep them well. Does that make sense? So I really want you to exercise more vocal intention and really be more affirmative and more definitive with your language. Last tip I have for you, number 5, is clear directives. See, what makes a great CEO, a great speaker, is when they have very clear directives. There's no ambiguity, there's no room for misinterpretation, there's no room for other forms of the same answer. This is what it is. And that decisive, definitive, clear, specific, emotionally anchored decision-making that CEOs do, that clear directive is what allows people to follow with confidence. Remember, you're leading people who are following. So if they're following you, I need you to be definitive. I need you to be clear, because nobody wants to move behind a parked car. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody wants to be following a parked vehicle. So where are you leading your people? Where are you taking the organization? And can you be the kind of leader that really leans into what that means and delivers that with authority, confidence, command, courage, in an unapologetic way that's emotionally anchored in psychological safety for those that are following your leadership? So be clear and be definitive in how you deliver, what you deliver. And my friend, when you do that, you'll speak like a CEO. I hope that you enjoyed this incredible video. Comment below and let me know which one of the concepts and principles really resonated with you the most as a people leader, as you lead people and as you lead projects and as you lead teams and as you lead concepts and as you lead innovation and technology. Let me know which one of these concepts and principles really resonates most with you to help you be the CEO that you've always wanted to be. Understanding that your communication is crucial to the elevation of your organization, and your ability to be decisive and brief and bold and give great eye contact and have vocal intention and have clear directives. All these things are crucial pieces to helping you speak and lead like the CEO that you are. Hope you enjoyed this. Know that I'm somewhere around the world believing in your success, and I cannot wait to come to your organization and keynote for your folks one day soon. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you will absolutely adore, this is book number 7 for us. This book is called Platinum Presentations, 52 Tips to Speak with Confidence, Win Your Audience, and Grow Your Bank Account. This book will help you. It's going to teach you exactly how to deliver powerful presentations by understanding what to do before, during, and after any presentation you ever deliver. It's bite-sized, nugget-sized content information that's going to help you deliver better presentations, whether you're talking 1-to-1, 1-to-10 in a boardroom, or 1-to-10,000 at a convention. Doesn't matter where, no matter how the audience size is, Platinum Presentations will help you. It's also on Audible as well. So check it out on Amazon, check it out on Audible. That book will be a great next step after this video to help you take your presentation game to the next level. God bless. Talk to you soon.